Hi, friends. It's Robin Eckersley, your coach, and it's been a minute. So I'm still here. I'm coming out from behind the scenes. These past few weeks, I've been behind the scenes for a long time for several reasons, many of them personal, a couple of them professional. There's some restructuring happening in how do I show up and serve? How do I reach more people? How do I make the work that I do more effective to help you live the life you want to live and help many of you live the life that you want to live. Um, on a personal note, I've been doing a lot of physical training because I ran 4 races back to back, including a marathon 2 weekends ago, and that required 6 months of my life. Again, it's the second time that I've done that, and the third time I've trained for that event. So, and then also I've been really upping my mental health care. So I got back into therapy. It's been literally decades since I've been to a therapist. I've been working with coaches for so many years, and it was just time to reintegrate a therapist into the mix as well so that I can be on top of my mental and emotional well-being. And I would highly recommend it for literally everyone. No one gets through this life unscathed without any kind of trauma. I will say that. So we want to be on top of taking care of ourselves. We want to be on top of understanding what does it mean for us individually to thrive? Because that is not a one size fits all question, and it is certainly not a one size fit all answer. So in that vein, the series of videos that I'm releasing next week, which is why I'm here anyway, saying hello to you and re-emerging and coming back into the public eye, is to connect with those folks who are dissatisfied with something about their current life and they're ready for the next level for something. It could be personal, it could be professional, but maybe your relationship with goal setting is a little fractured, shall we say. Because most people, they set goals, especially this is January. So you might have set some New Year's resolutions, you might have had big, like, New Year, New Me. And then with maybe especially with this last week of events and onslaught of information, maybe you're not feeling so fired up anymore, maybe a little disillusioned. But what's super, super common and what keeps a lid on our growth is when we set goals in a way that's not effective, that does not set us up for success. It actively sets us up for failure, and we don't have anyone to help us with that. Or even worse, we're not setting goals anyway, at all. Because the pain of setting goals and constantly not hitting them is too much. We don't want to feel the disappointment. We don't want the letdown. So we stop setting goals altogether. That's very, very common. If that's you, that can be a super scary thing to admit. It's embarrassing for me to admit that because that was definitely me for a time in my life. And the good thing is that with next week's videos, you don't have to have that relationship with goal setting or growth anymore. So essentially, this week I finished a killer workbook that I'm so proud of. It's super effective and it breaks things down in a really beautiful and step-by-step way so that you can set goals that you actually care about, that actually truly mean something to you and that are not going to overwhelm you, and that are things that you can stick with because we're working in 4 week cycles. Okay. We're coming, actually, if you look at the calendar, every quarter has 3 sets of 4 week cycles. And then there's a bonus little week at the end of all those 3 cycles every quarter where we're going to reset. We're going to reflect on our progress for the past 3 cycles. We're going to reflect, we're going to reset, and get ourselves set up for the next quarter. We're just in the middle of cycle 1, quarter 1. Awesome. This coming week is the final week of that first cycle. Perfect time to get set up for cycle number 2 in the first quarter. So essentially on YouTube, there'll be a series of free videos as well as this totally kick-ass workbook that is going to be available as a PDF, totally downloaded for free. You don't have to pay for anything, etc. This is part of me reaching more people more effectively and getting the tools out because we know we need them. Have you seen the state of the world? I'm not going to go into all of that, but for those of you who are feeling frustrated, who are feeling stuck, who are feeling helpless, who are feeling Like, what's the point in setting goals? I never stick to them anyway. Stick around. Stick around because these videos, these exercises are for you. They take how are we wired as humans biologically, and it combines it with what do you actually want in this life. The first video, I'll just give you a little preview, is all about getting clear on what it is that you want in the first place, because most people have a lot of trouble articulating and even identifying what they want in the first place, right? So I won't go too deep into that. I could talk about that for another 2 hours, just unscripted. So I'll save that for the first video. The first video is about dreaming. Okay. When you watch these videos, I strongly encourage you to bring a pen and paper instead of taking notes digitally because it's much more effective. It's been proven and reproven over and over and over again that it's much more effective for learning and for embedding new information if you're physically taking notes. The cool thing is that's a video, so you can pause it and finish your thought instead of struggling to keep up if I'm going too fast, for example. The workbook itself, it'll be available for you to download and you can take notes on the workbook if you want that. You can just print it out. And then you're also going to hear about this community that I would love to see thriving. It's called the Grow and Get It Goal Setters Club. Every week we have accountability. I'll go into it in more detail, but essentially it's setting goals together, it's lifting each other up, it's keeping each other on task with accountability, and then it's resetting together. Okay? One of the worst things you can do if you're setting goals and going after them is to do it alone. Worst things in terms of it's very ineffective. It's proven to be ineffective on so many levels. But just wanted to give you a little sneak peek about what I've been up to, what's coming out, what you can expect. Clear your schedule. Don't clear your schedule, but find time on your calendar to watch these videos. Carve out like a half hour to include the video as well as workbook work so that you can walk yourself up or walk yourself through these exercises, these trainings. They're intentionally very step by step. They're very just bite-sized. We'll have one video for one section and there are 6 sections, okay? And then, so that's the week of January 26th, Monday the 26th. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. So I start my weeks on Mondays. Some of you might start your weeks on Sundays. The first video is coming out on oh my God, on Monday, the 26th. So that's Sunday, whatever the Monday is. So have fun with this. Reach out if you want to connect, and it's going to be so great to walk through this with you. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you soon.